Hello my friends, just look at this, the situation in the Russian Novorossiysk port before and after. Allegedly, several of the Russian military ships were targeted and damaged by Ukrainian drones. And you might see some of the traces right on the pier confirming that drones made it to the port itself. And about this one, well, it wasn't really damaged. You can see this part of the construction of this port is being damaged. Yes, it has been hit by Ukrainian drone. But the oil tanker that was in the port back then was hit quite hard. You see a big hole in the construction of the deck, so it is being disabled for commercial operations and it requires some of the maintenance. Could take several months to repair it. Also, some other infrastructure was hit, like for example, this is a tunnel or a bridge across the railroad, and one more building of the port was hit too. And here we have the satellite image of the Russian Navy base, so the Russian military ships, the same that I showed you, and the Russian submarines. And this is the new image, kind of the low resolution for now, but it shows some of the traces from the drone strikes here. So even though we had the reports about the successful attacks on the Russian Navy ships, well, I don't have the real evidence from satellites or from the drone cams. What we see are those multiple of the strikes which were done very close to those ships, so probably it was the lack of the precision or something, or the Russian air defense was working really well this time. I mean, they shut down definitely lots of the drones. I saw multiple of the videos, those AA cannons, S-300, Panzer S-1, they're really protecting Novorossiysk port, but Ukrainian drones still managed to go there. Yeah, maybe just one of the ships was hit. Over here you can see this part, maybe, but I'm not sure. With this satellite image it's hard to say, even though it's kind of precise, detailed. Maybe it was hit here, and maybe the other ship was hit here, but no one may tell you for sure. Well, now the Russian channels are saying that Admiral Essen and Admiral Makarov were damaged. Here they mention that it's hard to tell about the scale of the damage, but they're sure that Ukraine targets Russian rocket ships to disable those because they launch cruise missiles to hit Ukrainian infrastructure, those caliber cruise missiles, and recently they're being also used to target international ships which are trading in Ukrainian ports. Yeah, Russia uses cruise missiles to hurt the international trade in the Black Sea. My friends, just a reminder for you, please press like to this video just right now while you're watching it, and also subscribe to the channel. We are on the way to reach 1 million subscribers. Hopefully it's gonna be this year. And also, if you can, you may support my job on Patreon. The link for it is in the video description right below, or join membership of YouTube channel by pressing button join. Thank you guys so much for your kind support, for making this content possible, and let's continue with the video. A video from Novorossiysk.
I'm Kevin Gates. I got some dog.
Is it the timing or just editing afterwards? Well, this fits perfectly. Yeah, this video really shows the scale of the Russian air defense in Novorossiysk, but drones managed to do it. They hit some of the targets. Not just at night, some of the Ukrainian drones were spotted early morning. This is looted drone, yeah, 100%. This is not FP1. And this is the morning fire in Novorossiysk. You can see that the port infrastructure is also burning. And a beautiful sunrise panorama on this smoking city. And according to the article published by the Financial Times just yesterday, J.D. Vance asked Ukraine to halt strikes on tankers using Russian port. So those ships, tankers that go to Russian, for example, Novorossiysk port, they shouldn't be hit by Ukraine. Yeah, but at the same time, Russia has the right to hit all of the ships going to Ukrainian ports. Well, Ukraine, it didn't listen, it seems like, J.D. Vance, because one of the tankers I've just showed you in those pictures, satellite images, it was hit. Yeah, at least one of those in the Russian Novorossiysk port. And J.D. Vance, he's just an idiot. Before he mentioned that stopping funding for Ukraine is one of the things I'm proudest we've done in this administration. Yeah, he said it openly to Congress, I think, or somewhere else, so Ukraine is in lack of the military equipment and he is proud of it. So I think that Ukraine should say yes, 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 J.D. Vance, we listen to your remarks, or as a whole United States administration, the current one, okay, we'll see, we'll look, but Ukraine should do what it does. to hurt Russian logistics, Russian military, Russian infrastructure, including Russian Novorossiysk port. It is very important, probably the most important port for Russia in the Black Sea. And that's why they put lots of the air defense there that sometimes work, but not that effectively. There's no 100% effectiveness of any sort of the air defense systems. Looks interesting. Beautiful. This is Gelendzhik, Russian Federation. Was it the air-to-ground missile launched from the airplane to target Ukrainian drone boat? I think it could be. But right now there are multiple of the reports about kabooms happening in Gelendzhik, in the skies and maybe in the sea. Our military correspondents from the place, I'm just joking, some of the Russian guys with the camera, they're saying that something is smoking already. Zoomed in image, definitely something was hit. Okay, I'll turn off the music. Those are the images from Russian Novorossiysk port. Early morning, they're being shared, and yeah, the city is smoking really hard. Lots of the images. Wow. And of course, Russia shut down lots of the Ukrainian drones which went to the residential areas, unfortunately. Lady, I don't see her lips, guys. It's hard to say whether she has ducky or not, but she found a structural element, probably elevator or aileron from the drone itself, from Ukrainian drone.
Внутри пенопласт. Вот смотрите, из чего сделано. Пенопласт вот это вот.
I do not recommend to touch carbon. The small particles can go under the skin and they might cause some of the swelling. I used to work with carbon, I know.
Здесь сверху обшито, как этим, знаете, картофельным мешком.
With this manicure.
Как пакет.
Just don't touch it like that with your bare hands, come on.
Написано-то на русском языке.
She says it's in Russian, written in Russian.
Буковка И-то она наша.
She says the letter E, it is ours. But in Ukrainian there is also this letter. It is not E, it is Y. Well, I'm not sure what was the word above, but below it was частина, so the part, you may translate it. Частина.
Пластина.
She says plastina, no, it is частина. Yeah, they found a drone part there on the beach. Usual Russian beach with the drone parts. This is the Ukrainian drone. Also looks like Luty. One more drone. Boom, boom, kaboom. This is Wildberries, my friends. Yeah, it has been colored in green color. I wonder why. But this is Wildberries in Chemshy, Russian Federation. The third one. Yeah, it flies, it flies. Sorry for the watermarks, I took it from Supernova Plus. It will dive down. Right here. Boom. Fantastic. Yeah, on the background I heard some of the pew pew pew, but nothing significantly, so the air defense was not working to protect this kind of the warehouse. And of course it went on fire and at least part of the Wildberries storage was destroyed. Just few of the fire trucks and fire teams were deployed that did not manage to contain the fire. It spread around the facility. Right, about Ukrainian drone boats we have some of the upgrade. For example, this one may carry lots of the FPV drones, they're in those containers, and also a couple of the mid-range airplane style of the drones. And this is the new modification which Ukraine plans to use also in Crimea. So some of the drone operations like we see here in the southern part of Ukraine, occupied Kherson region, they're done from the drone boats. And this Russian group of 3 soldiers, they didn't manage to get into the hideout on time. Just one guy made it. And of course Ukraine targets antennas, those are maybe 3, 5G, something else, some of the dugouts, vehicles, everything that Russia is using. That's the usual operation of our guys there, so Russia has significant losses not just at the front lines but far behind. And in general the Russian losses in this war, they're approaching 1.5 million soldiers, KA plus wounded, since the beginning of the full-scale intervention to Ukraine back in 2022. Just imagine 1.5 million. This is already a huge scale. Yeah, of course Ukraine also has losses. Those are even more sensitive, I would say, for Ukraine. And Russia is losing their worst people in this war, but Ukraine the best of the best. As usual, Russian supplies on the road to 80 from Russia to Crimea. Yeah, kind of the standard picture. Russia is losing lots of the vehicles there, lots of the trucks. They're running out of the trucks, I would say. Some of the photos from 422nd Regiment of Ukraine, they continue to share pictures of those Russian convoys, military ones. The Russian air defense here, of course, didn't work. And this is the occupied Kherson region of Ukraine. Russians are enjoying their logistics state on the way to Crimea. The same road R280. There are lots of the trucks, UAZ vehicles, commercial vehicles. Everything is being kaputted on the way, and Ukraine is working constantly. Ukraine is demolishing Russian logistics, and it will not stop. It will probably even upscale. Also, Ukrainian officials have reported about the strike on Control Tower in Saki military airfield. The tower was responsible not just for air traffic control, the ATC, but also for controlling the drone operations of those drones like Orion and Forepost. So the enemy aerial reconnaissance in the sky over Crimea was blinded because this tower was kaputted. What is this? This is a big kaboom. It happened not in Russia, not in Ukraine, but in Italy, a NATO country. Explosion hit Candia's Amo Italy munition plant in Colleferro, south of Rome. The blast originated in the powder pressing department and was heard for kilometers. So it seems like there are lots of the kabooms recently happening on NATO territory. Just a few days ago, a Bulgarian military factory was blown up by someone. Oh, Russian sources confirmed that a traitor of Ukraine, this guy, was kaboomed today in Sevastopol. He went to serve for the Russian occupiers after the occupation of Crimea. He was the captain of one of the Ukrainian submarines, as far as I remember. His name is Robert Shaigeev, former commander of Ukraine's Zaporizhia submarine, who joined the Russian army in 2014. He got the new rank, so basically he's a traitor of the country, and the punishment for that is kaboom. Allegedly, he was cancelled, zeroed, flatlined, which means that Ukraine is hunting not just Russian generals, but also own traitors who work for Russia, which is awesome. Okay, this is how it is proper way to do. Yeah, Ukraine offered Russia a ceasefire on civilian targets in the Black Sea, sources say. So Russia, do you want your ports or your ships not to be hurt any longer? Stop hitting Ukrainian infrastructure and just let the shipping companies to operate in Ukrainian ports and you'll not be hurt. But Russians will say no. There are no comments yet about this proposal which is coming from Ukraine. Yeah, Ukraine already asked for the Black Sea ceasefire, for the energy ceasefire, for any sort of the ceasefire, but Russians, they want the war. And guys, finally we have some of the comments from the Russian military channels. They're saying about this massive Ukrainian assault. And yesterday Ukraine published the confirmation of the presence of the small infiltration groups in all of those 26 villages which allegedly were liberated. And Russians confirmed that the Ukrainian offensive, they say, in this area has been ongoing for several months already, since the springtime. And the first signs of the enemy's progress were indirectly reported as early as June. However, both Ukrainian channels and the Ukrainian General Staff Command have maintained silence. The Ukrainian counterattacks in this region coincided with the campaign of the strikes at medium range targeting Russian logistics. That's what they say, Russians I mean. But it is difficult to say how significant an impact they had on the enemy's advance in this area. Well, enemy, they mean Ukrainian forces, absolutely, because I'm reading it from the Russian channel. Apparently, after exhausting the possibilities of further advance, a decision was made to release videos showing Ukrainian flags in many small settlements along the line of advancements. Those results are important for the Ukrainian side to show that Russian forces are no longer presented in those regions, so they were pushed away. So this is a great positivity. Our soldiers, Russians say, were conquering all of those villages with heavy losses, with lots of the resources, and they managed to cross the river Volcha, but now we see that Ukraine crossed the river back. which is great overall. But it's early to drink champagne, my friends, because this is just the tactical operation. It has the strategic meaning, but just for you to understand the large movements of the forces like it was in 2022 or even 2023, they're not possible any longer because of the drone war. So maximum success for Ukraine would be to liberate the Kamar. Yeah, this is the main crossroad, and also advance to the south in direction of Gulaipole and force Russians to retreat from Gulaipole itself, because they could be jammed from both of the sides. So that achievement would be absolutely great, but further than that, I'm sure that Ukraine will not go. Alright guys, that's all what I want to say in this particular video update, and stand by for more videos. My friends, please support my job on Patreon, the link for it is in the video description right below, or join YouTube membership by pressing button join. Thank you guys so much, you are making this content possible, and don't forget to press your like to this video, subscribe to the channel. I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are, and have a great time.